Okay, so getting back into our coverage over Empire, we pick up with Lord of the Empyre Hulkling. Now, this book is very important, and the reason why, because this book basically gives you the origin of Hulkling, but also gives you a better understanding of his role in this entire event. Because when it comes to Hulkling, his origin story is told to us, but it's told over multiple books. And so this is Marvel kind of reminding us his origin, telling us in one singular story, one singular book, and also telling us his role in this storyline. And of course, his role in the Empire event. And so we have to jump back years ago in the past where we pick up with Tarnex 4. Now, Tarnex 4 was the capital of the Skrull Empire years ago. Now, the reason why I say was is because it was taken out by Galactus. And that is why right now you have Galactus just wiping this planet out. And that's why you see him on the screen right now. Now, of course, with him attacking this planet, you do have a bunch of Skrulls freaking out because they want to fight back against Galactus. But you have the Queen of the Skrulls who was living on that planet while Galactus arrived. She tells her people, there's nothing you can do. There's no way you can stop him. He's a force that cannot be stopped. Now, with that being said, though, that is the moment you have Princess Anneli appear. Now, Princess Anneli is very important. And the reason why? This is Hulkling's mother, meaning that Hulkling is half Skrull. Now, the reason why I say he is half Skrull, because even though Anneli is a Skrull, his father, Hulkling's father, is not a Skrull. Because this is Anneli telling her mother that she has slept with Captain Marvel, the original Captain Marvel, Marvel. And of course, we all know Marvel was a Kree. And so with that being said, it's her telling her mother, I slept with a Kree soldier. He got me pregnant. We had a baby. So my baby is a half Kree, half Skrull baby. Now, of course, that half Kree, half Skrull baby is Hulkling. Now, she also tells her mother, the one thing you do not know is my baby actually survived. Even though people wanted to kill him, he survived, and I was able to send him away to Earth to protect him. And so with that being said right there, it's the princess and the queen realize if that baby, Hulkling, is alive, he'll be able to bring both empires together, the Kree and the Skrull empires together. And I want to give you guys a little bit more information about Hulkling because Hulkling has been around since 2006. Now, of course, when he does show up, it usually happens in a Young Avengers book. And that is really it. And so with that, when he does appear in other books, it's only for a cameo or a small moment, and then that is it. And so a lot of fans know of him, but not everything about him. And so I do want to remind you guys that he's also dating Wiccan. Now, remember, Wiccan is one of the sons of the Scarlet Witch. And Wiccan kind of has the same magical powers as Scarlet Witch. And so with that being said, Wiccan and Hulkling have been dating for a good period of time in Marvel Comics. And the reason why I am bringing this up is because we are going to see Wiccan throughout this storyline, throughout this video. Now, there is something I do want to mention about Hulkling, and that is when it comes to Hulkling, he used to be a very active hero. When he first appeared in Marvel Comics and Young Avengers, he was always with them. He always fought alongside them. But of course, over the years, he became less active. And so we pick up with a Hulkling who's not really active like he used to be when he first appeared in Marvel Comics. And so right now we see him at the club just trying to take his mind off things. On top of that, he's trying to get used to the idea of not seeing his boyfriend as much like he used to, because Wiccan is also a hero, and Wiccan is very busy with his own team of heroes. And so Hulkling has been unable to see his man like he wants to in a very good amount of time. Now, of course, he is hanging out with some friends at the club, and one of those friends is actually Wiccan's brother, Speed, the other son of the Scarlet Witch. But either way, it's him saying, I came here to drink and take my mind off things. Now, that is the moment you have two guys walk up to Hulkling. Now, you would think that both guys are FBI agents, but they're not. One is a Skrull and the other one is a Kree. Now, this is huge. And the reason why, because this right here is reminding you about the Kree-Skrull War, because that has been going on for years in Marvel Comics. Matter of fact, there was a small storyline back in the 1970s that explained the whole war between the Kree and the Skrulls. But that war has been going on for decades in Marvel Comics. And the reason why I'm bringing that up right now is because when it comes to the Empyre event, it's basically paying off that storyline from the 1970s. Empyre is built off that storyline. This is Marvel finally getting rid of the Kree-Skrull War. And that right there is huge, because you have these two guys coming over to Hulkling, who is half Kree and half Skrull, and telling him the war is over. Both sides have come together to work together to basically bring down a singular enemy. Now, before they tell Hulkling who that bad guy is, you didn't have one of the two guys tell Hulkling, listen, there's small groups from both sides who do not want to see peace between the two empires. They want the war to continue. But if we put you in the chair of emperor of both empires, then maybe we can get every single person of the Skrulls, every single person of the Kree to come together under you and finally have peace between both sides. But we have to work together to bring down these small groups who want the war to continue. But that is the moment you do have a small group of Skrulls who do want the war to continue. And so their game plan right now is to get rid of Hulkling. Because if they get rid of Hulkling, that is going to upset the Kree, and the Kree will then want the war to continue. And so right now, it's these small Skrulls who want to get rid of Hulkling to keep the war going. And so you do have Hulkling and his friends, and also the two guys who came to talk to Hulkling, work together to stop this other group of Skrulls that want the war to continue. But when you have Hulkling pull out the Star Sword, a very powerful weapon from the Skrulls race, every Skrull just stop, even the bad ones, because then they realize if he has that sword, that means he is a son of the princess who died many years ago. He is royalty. He is powerful. We need to listen to him. And that shows us right off the bat that Hulkling can bring that peace between both sides, the Kree and the Skrulls. Now, after that fight, you do have Hulkling go home. And when he does get home, you have him be confronted by Wiccan, his boyfriend, the guy he has not seen in a good period of time. And so you have Wiccan tell Hulkling, hey, I'm happy to see you. But of course, that is the moment you have Hulkling just cry. Tears in his eyes. He's so happy to see Wiccan, but he now knows that he's about to leave the earth to be that vocal point, that emperor for both empires, the Kree and the Skrulls. And so you have him hug Wiccan and then tell Wiccan everything he needs to know. That because he's half Kree, half Skrull, because he is the son of the princess of the Skrull race, and also because he is the son of the great hero of the Kree, he has to go be the emperor of both races, to be that leader. And so right now, it's him kind of saying, Wiccan, after this moment, after I go see them, you may not see me ever again. And maybe this could be the end of our relationship. Now, once you have Hulkling get on one of the Kree ships, that is the moment he is confronted by Taleneth the Pursuer, one of the great warriors of the Kree race. Now, of course, she's going to be kind of like his advisor from the Kree side. And so it's her saying, hi, I'm here as one of your advisors, one of your great warriors, and I am going to work alongside with you. Now, of course, she does kind of be mean to Wiccan. She looks at Wiccan as a pet to Hulkling, not as a significant other. And so you have Wiccan like, you know what? I'm out of here. Hulkling, before I go, I'm going to enchant your ring. So anytime you're in trouble, I'll be able to teleport to you. But I'm out of here. I will not be treated like this by her at all. Now, once you have Wiccan leave, that is the moment you have Hulkling get the chance to meet some other great warriors that is going to be by his side under his control. Starting off with Captain Glory. Yes, Captain Glory. I hate that name. I don't know why. I just hate it. But on top of that, he's also confronted by Morgan, another great warrior. Now, the third person he is introduced to is somebody he actually hates, and that person is the Super Skrull. Now remember, the Super Skrull has the powers of the Fantastic Four. So back in the early days of Marvel Comics, when they first introduced the Skrulls were just your regular aliens with weapons, and that is it. But over time, they try to find different ways to make themselves better. One of those ways was a Super Skrull, a Skrull that was able to have powers from different planets across the universe. And of course, this Skrull right here, the Super Skrull, took the powers of the Fantastic Four to give him the edge against their enemies. Now, the reason why Hulkling hates this guy is because the Super Skrull killed his adoptive mother. When Hulkling had escaped from the Skrull planet that was being blown up by Galactus, he was with another lady, and that lady was someone his mother actually cared for. And so she was a great adoptive mother when they both arrived to the Earth. But Super Skrull killed her, and so Hulkling hates this man so much. But of course, he will not kill the Super Skrull for now, possibly. But then you have Hulkling say, before we do any kind of business at all, I need to make a pit stop somewhere. And so you have Hulkling actually go over to the grave of his father, Captain Marvel, the original Captain Marvel. Now, with that being said, you have Hulkling kind of sad because he never got the chance to meet his father. I mean, by the time Hulkling knew about Captain Marvel was already dead. And Captain Marvel, he never knew he had a son. And so, of course, it's kind of like, man, they never had the chance to actually meet one another. Now, when it comes to Hulkling, he has not met his brother either, Genis, the other son of Captain Marvel, because Marvel has never thought to have those two characters meet at all. But of course, it's still a sad moment for Hulkling. Now, once he teleports back onto his ship, that is the moment he comes to find out that his ship is under attack by a small group of Kree that want to see the war continue. They don't want to see peace between the Skrulls and the Kree. They want the war to continue. And so with that being said, you basically have this small group of Kree trying to get rid of Hulkling, because if they do, that can stop the whole idea of both empires coming together. Now, of course, that is the moment you have Wiccan appear, because remember, Wiccan did enchant the ring of Hulkling to let him know that anytime Hulkling is in trouble, he'll be automatically teleported over to Hulkling. Now, with that being said, while you have Hulkling, Wiccan, and Hulkling guards work together to get rid of this small group of Kree that want to see the war continue, well, that is the moment you have everyone on Hulkling's side, minus Wiccan, want to see Hulkling kill off the bad people, the traitors, because he needs to be a powerful king, a powerful emperor. And so with that, it's them saying, hey, you need to kill them. And you have Hulkling say, no, we don't kill. Let them leave or capture them, but we do not kill. And that is final. And I will take care of my boyfriend because you guys seem like you do not like him at all. Now, after some hours have passed by, that is the moment we do see the royal guards come to Hulkling to say he needs to change. He needs to let go, meaning that you cannot think like an Avenger. You cannot think like an Earthling, where of course you are a hero on Earth and you don't kill, because right now you're in space. This is a war. And with you not killing those group of people that were trying to kill you, they'll go out there and kill other people, and you'll have more blood on your hand. And with that happening, you'll have more fractions out there who want to bring you down. And so with that, you have to be a powerful emperor. You have to be strict and strong, meaning that you might have to kill people because we're trying to bring peace between both sides. And so with that being said, you need to let go of your Earth life, meaning that you and Wiccan's relationship must end. You can no longer be with him at all because your mind, your body, your soul must be focused on this war. And you have Hulkling say, fine, I will no longer be who you think I am. I have no ties to Earth anymore. I am a half Kree, half Skrull, and I will continue to fight as your emperor, and I will no longer date Wiccan at all. And that right there is huge to say. But then we get a page to tell us that basically right now the pursuer is doing things behind the scenes. Because remember, the pursuer is supposed to be like the right-hand woman for Hulkling, his great advisor, his great warrior. And so, of course, we come to find out that she was the one who hired that Kree group who attacked earlier just moments ago to basically push Hulkling in the right direction, because she knew that he would not be that killer emperor, that she knew that he'll be more peaceful, that he wants a war with no deaths. But of course, in this war, there's going to be deaths, a lot of them. And so she hired that group to kind of push Hulkling in the right direction, which it did work. But to make sure no one finds out, she kills that group off by blowing up their ship so no one can never find out. Now, to go ahead and close off this video, we actually pick up with Hulkling kind of sad because he had to cut ties with Earth completely. He's no longer an Earthling. He's just a Kree and a Skrull, an emperor for both empires. He has a big task ahead of him, and you have Wiccan come back to kind of comfort him, to make him happy one more time and kind of wish him good luck, but he leaves. But this is Hulkling realize that he does have a lot on his plate, but he has to be ready because Empyre is going to be a big event, a big battle, a big war in future videos. And so with that being said, please leave me a like down below and subscribe. Also, if you have any suggestions on books I should read, well, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But guys, I'll see y'all next time. Later.